Boom! Back in the tube.
Back in the nest.
Back at the nest with the Babylon mobile. The Babylon busters are back. No, unplugging from Babylon is very, very important and on many levels. And sometimes we think unplugging from Babylon is only the TV, like unplugging our TV. I realize myself. Sorry. I realized myself that there was a lot of stuff that I had to unplug more and more, and like YouTube and the nonsense on Facebook and all the distraction and anything that doesn't support you. Just work on your stuff. Work on your stuff day in, day out. Focus on what you want to accomplish for your life. Never mind Babylon. Babylon is wicked and will always be wicked and manipulate the mind of people. For sure. Look, it's been like that for thousands of years. It's not. I don't think it's gonna change overnight. It could change overnight. The worst is we could change this overnight, but I don't think that's the way it's gonna happen. We have to be realistic also. It's good to have dreams, have goals, but we have to be realistic also. What does it say? Saint-Martin, Montréal, Beauharnois. Yeah, it's to stay realistic also. We're not gonna... I cannot change the whole world. I can change myself. You can change yourself. You can make your life free and beautiful. A wonderful adventure. Shouldn't life be a wonderful adventure?
Yeah.
Shelfie. Nice shirt. Shelfie. A deer? Yeah, there might be deers here sometimes.
Come in.
There in the fields there. Look, you see the forest in the back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, in there you might have deers in there.
Probably they're not coyotes.
Like over there I'm talking about.
Alright.
And here usually there's horsey in here in that yard.
You can jump over the fence and check.
I don't know, where's their horsey? Do they still have them?
Probably they're just in supply.
I don't know if they still have them. Nice place, huh? They have a nice house too. It's a intergeneration house. They have their parents in there and stuff. And they have a horsey. Horses! Yeah. Yeah, so unplugging from the madness, I realized myself that I had a lot of stuff still to purge and starve from my daily life. There's so much that we right now. I just focus on what I do, focus on what I have to do, and read. I read a lot, because if you want to lead, you have to read. And Gavin, if you want to lead, you have to read. So if you want to lead, we all have but it's gaining knowledge, and knowledge also, you can gain knowledge, but it's only potential at one point. If you do nothing with it, it only is and remain potential power. But the moment you decide to do something that, you're just going to be gone. I think it's just to follow your heart, follow your intuition. If you feel you have to say something to the world, just say it. We might not all be ready to make the transition from our programmed life to our enlightened life. But when it comes your way, it's not very... Yeah, it can be a bit painful at the beginning. It's going to be a bit on shock. First of all, it's more looking at yourself in the mirror. And realize that you have to change your ways. Because it's easy to look outside of ourselves. Easy to look outside of ourselves and say, and expect a change. But it's always harder when you have to change your own ways. That you know you have to change. You can point it to others. You can be a pointer and point all kinds of things to people, but I think it's important that you become the change and you embody that change on a daily basis, every day. Like you start something, go at it every day, non-stop. Yeah, all kinds of little corn. I don't know. It takes about 3 months to grow. Yeah, maybe 3 months. But yeah, that field will be full. With the sunset. Yeah, so it's always easy to tell others too. Many people will just tell other people what to do without them doing it, so it's very important that you put my best advice, turn your words into action. Turn your words into action is probably one of the best things you can do. For yourself, for your children also. It's the example you set for your children. And like I said, even if I don't make it here, if I see my children rising, like Sam is rising, and Abby and Gavin, they're all gonna have a wonderful life ahead of them because they know the truth, they know their power at a young age. You know, if I would have known what I know now, back then, oh my. Like, you know, it's also you have to become the person you needed when you were young. I would have liked to have someone, like when I was younger, to come and tell me that just give me guidance. You know, this is what the younger generation need: guidance and truth and light, and show them how they can manifest their greatness. Show them that it's there. Show them that by your example, it's possible also that they can manifest theirs. No, it's just be the example. I always said one of my main purpose to be here is to set my life as an example, and that's clear to me that the younger generation needs a bit more guidance. It's very, very, very confused what we experiment. Very confused world. But the people, they don't know that they're confused. They don't know. I didn't know that I was confused. And when I realized the state of my program and the state of my programming, then I realized I was confused. Then I realized that there was a lot of illusion. There was a big illusion, but if you're not aware of the illusion, like the majority of people, you don't know it. You just live your life. You just live your life. I was just living my life thinking that, yeah, this was reality, and it's not, because it's not reality. Like everything I have around me is reality. This is not an hologram. That tractor there, but what I mean is it's in the mind of people, and the matrix is in the mind of people. That's where it is. And the lies that we keep, because you know they don't also force us to repeat what they say. We do it voluntarily. We voluntarily repeat everything that they teach us. So it goes from generation. You know, when you think about the education system, the force government indoctrination camp, the forced education that we give children these days, it's all the same teaching all over, pretty much. It's all the same thing that's all over. It's, for sure, if you live in Spain, they're going to tell you who discovered Spain and this and that. But in my case, they told me that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Come on. What, there was no Indian here? There was nobody here before they show up? Come on. This is just total nonsense. Total nonsense. And there's a lot of nonsense, especially when you start digging into history. So Peace out.